The following video is for mature audiences only, and it's best enjoyed if you've either finished Endwalker, at least up to the indicated level, or don't care much about spoilers. Viewer discretion is advised. Ladies and germs, welcome to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. It is time. The time has come, and the come has time. I was finally ready. After a 2-week-long vacation with Y'shtola, she beat me back home. We are ready to go. What's it all about, Alfie? Boone, do you have some time to talk? I would like to gather everyone in Dawn's Respite and together assess the situation in which we find ourselves. Okay, you got it, Alfie. Oh, I had a great time. How are you all doing? I'll keep my counsel on that. Let us take stock of the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous towers in a multitude of locations throughout the world. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as the Telephori. I thought the Telephori was the name of the towers. The Telephori's stated purpose is to recreate the final days of eons past, an apocalyptic event that would result in the destruction of all we hold dear. Already have these towers of theirs been the cause of untold suffering. Countless innocents kidnapped and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal summonings. And unless we can find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Leave it to me, Allie. I've got a sword. Those shielded with the blessing of the light seem able to resist being tempered, at least. Well, we already knew that, Allie. But after what happened to Orenvold and Fodola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. Don't worry, Allie. I've got armor. Yet, while these threats close to home are of paramount concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Garlemald. Yeah. You got that right. As you know, the Telephori are under the leadership of Fendaniel and one other delightful fellow, Xenosier Galvis, the Crown Prince, and our dear friend. Dear friend? He hurt Y'shtola. She still has a scar. To date, he's reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varus, and plunged Garlemald into an even deeper pit of chaos. Chaos is a ladder. Wait, is chaos is a ladder and also a pit? What does that mean? The capital has probably seen the worst of it. For a good while there, it saw the bloodiest fighting in the War of Succession. But that has since changed, and in troubling ways. Do tell. Urianger. Aye, during our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by the barking of cannons or the cries of discord. 'Twas an eerie fog of silence which did blanket that ruined city. The inhabitants appeared to have been tempered, and nary a word spoken did they labor to transform the palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. I like this dude so great. If they were indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events too were orchestrated by the Telephori. You just point me in the right direction, and I will stab them with my sword. An army of primals is awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I fear it is only the prelude to an even greater catastrophe. You're probably right, Stola. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and quickly before our allies are overwhelmed. What say you, Raha? We'll find a way to Sharlyan, I'm sure of it. Master Foreskinalt's comments regarding the final days were curious to say the least. The Forum knows more than it's letting on. Sorry to interrupt. I'm not even going to try to do her voice. My throat is messed up. We've just received words from Mistress Crown. She says arrangements for your visits have been finalized. You're to head to Limsa Laminsa and board the next ship bound for Sharlyan. And upon arrival, present yourselves as associates of the students of Baldesion, come to assist with the Order's restoration. Oh, goody. This music is good. His ears. You too, Estinien. The arrangements may be settled, but what of your thoughts? They must race at the prospect of returning home after so long. I am eager to see it, of course. Of course. We should set off at once. All right. I've got my sword. I've got my armor. I've got my friends. I've got the blessing of the light. I've got the gift that Ardbert gave me, and I've got a big bucket of chicken nuggets. I'm ready. Oh, did I skip a line? I'm sorry. Tis time. Tis time. Though part of me looks forward to returning home, I've not forgotten that my father is an arsehole. What grim reason to bring you to Sharlyan. Not much to be done about it, I suppose. But I would have liked to have given you the grand tour under happier circumstances. I might have lived in Master Matoya's cave for a good part of my life, but even for me, the thought of returning to Sharlyan is quite exciting. I can hardly imagine how it is for the others who lived most of their lives there. Oh, so you didn't actually live in Sharlyan proper, did you? I never thought the day'd come when I'd be sailing home again. It always seems so far away. Sea travel can be tepidous, but I don't mind it. 'Tis a rare experience for most Ishgardians. I shudder to think what manner of truth awaiteth us beyond the indigo deep. Still more do I dread the prospect of discussions long overdue. Ominous! Contrary to what you might think, this will be like going home for me as well. I may have learned how to survive in Limsa Lemensa, but it was in Sharlyan where I was taught, quite relentlessly I might add, the skills to properly live. Ooh, this song, I like it. Sorry, this musical piece, I like it. It's a nice scene so far. Is this new music?
They've almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule. Or so I'm told.
Oh, great.
Excellent. 'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
Yeah.
It's funny.
What is?
Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one.
I wish I could have met the guy.
And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
So wholesome.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief.
He always has the best lines.
Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louis Soir of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Hey, it's a tradition. That's how you recruit the party rogue.
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
We'll have plenty of time to tell stories on the boat.
Will this be your first visit to Sharlyan, Sir Estinien? Sir Estinien?
Are
Yes,
we
to think about
strangers
it?
newly met? Why this stiff formality?
Aw.
I merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
Alfie.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company. Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphinaud.
Are you going to start calling him Alfie too?
You've made your point, Estinien. Painfully well.
Better.
You're good, but I'm better. Are you coming with us, Tataru? What's the
Are
matter,
you
Tataru?
all right, Tataru? You seem positively distraught.
Yeah, what he said.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland.
You want to come with us? Tataru, come on.
It's just... we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hell's-bent on destroying the world.
But don't worry, that's my department.
And, once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
Tataru, if you want to come with us, just say so. I'll bring them back safe and sound. You have my word.
I'll hold you to that.
Ah, good. You're still here.
Hori! Good old Hori, and Coltonet's here too.
Hori! Coultenay! What brings you all this way?
Oh right, he's French.
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower.
Thank you, buddy.
Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return.
Cat Mom.
We will too, of course. Aye. We, your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn, will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
Stay safe, Hori.
We're set to sail! All aboard for Sharlyan!
Oh boy.
It's time.
Indeed.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
Have a safe journey! And please, please, be careful.
I'll try not to do anything too reckless. Oh, I got a bad feeling about this. Ha 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 ha.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown.
Emmett Selk?
A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux.
Emmett Selk?
In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice.
Like, always have your sword ready.
That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end. Treasure every moment, every step of your descent.
Oh yeah, he's totally gonna be spending a lot of time with Y'shtola on this boat ride. It's a slow boat. We're gonna be gone for months. We're gonna take advantage of that shit. Mm-hmm.
And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
There is no my truth. There is only truth. Load. Whoa. Oh, I love this part. They did this in the last one too, I think. Oh, so old Sharlyan's to the northwest. Should have packed a coat. Oh, it's the Walk Free song.
Dumbass!
Sorry.
Here.
Feel. Think.
Feel. Think.
Probably shouldn't have drank the entire rum ration.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser.
Ah, yeah, I didn't want to wake Stola up.
Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt.
Oh yeah, Stola's out like a rock. How are you doing, Raha?
Called out to you, you say?
Oh, that too.
I've heard nothing myself.
Wait, do you have the echo?
In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Sharlyan should be coming into view at any moment.
Walk free, walk free. Wait, are there no bunks on this thing? I'm loving this cutscene so far. It's very ominous and spooky. It's the Lady of the Lake! Uh-oh. Oh, Ghost Lady! Do you have a sword for me? It should have... Are they about to spill some tea?
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad.
Are you...
Hear, feel, think.
Are you Hydaelyn?
And thus do we meet face to face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
Our goddess is kind of hot. Does that count as agape? Whoa. Why now, of all times?
After your sojourn in First, I believe you have your answer.
Hydaelyn, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm kind of a sword-obsessed himbo.
You have gained an understanding of what I truly am. What Hydaelyn has always been. A primal.
Oh, so they weren't lying. Wait, do you want me to slay you?
Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse, which threatened the ancient world. And I was brought forth to bind him. Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered.
This music, though.
The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield.
Oh.
Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid.
Let me guess. Hear, feel, think. No, live, pray, love. No, I'm kidding.
Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine.
Ah, where's Stola when you need her? She's better at understanding this kind of thing.
Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms. Monumental. Which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it.
Okay, Heidi, just point me in the right direction where I can swing my sword.
When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Are you and Urianger related? Because you speak in riddles a lot. But, thanks for the blessing.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks! Sharlyan's just over yonder.
Oh. Oh, that part's automatic? Okay.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
Okay, so the fabric of reality is breaking down, and now she's able to, like, manifest? Is that... I think that's what's going on. That's what seems to be going on. I gotta lay off the weed. Oh, wow. Ellie!
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
Well, that's what you get for passing out drunk on the deck.
And a good morning to you too. Taking a look at the island already?
Oh, I completely forgot to do that. Sorry.
Then let's go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Don't do anything reckless, Allie. That's a good shot. Oh, damn it, missed it. Well, that's a good shot too. Ow. Ow.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen. There she is. Good old Sharlyan.
Wow, Stola sure gets dressed
I
fast.
see it.
Home. Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes. But we'll manage on our own. If we must.
I want to give Foreskin all a good punch in the face.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you? Indeed. 'Tis as Sir Estinien saith. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Oh, there's no need to thank me. It's just what I do.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Sharlyan proper.
Oh, great. Where can we get some food?
There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
And also tacos. And lots of swords. I'm ready. Looks like we're about to enter Sharlyan for the first time. So exciting, the audience will...
Sharlyan, the solitary island nation of the northern seas.
Is that Emmett?
Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands.
Uh-huh. I recollect.
How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil.
Yeah, that was a dick move on their part. Oh, it looks very similar to the colony.
So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
Why couldn't we go to the town of men of culture? Oh, what a beat.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next then? Entry applications?
Probably.
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Sharlyan all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Sharlyan only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders. Especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge.
Did Japan just call itself out?
If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
I'll let you handle that part, okay? Remember what happened last time? I tried to do paperwork and... yeah.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Sharlyan's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions.
Alright.
Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration.
Students of Bald Guy. Got it.
Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall. Shall we?
And then we'll get some fried food. I've had nothing but sea biscuits for 3 months.
Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Grahatir of the Students of Baldessian at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
She's
Very good.
stern.
I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today. And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Yeah. Urianger, Y'shtola, and Thancred are Archons.
Y'shtola rule.
So it's back to Ish again? Oh, hey, and they finally said her last name in-game. Like, they were avoiding the shit out of that in the English version. Now they're actually saying it.
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with the citizen registry kept in the main repository.
Lulu explaining things to Titus. Same energy. Oh, that's really cool.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home. Now, who do we have here?
She reminds me of Quistis.
Alphinaud Leveilleur.
And Alisae Leveilleur.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny.
Damn jerk. Big fat jerk. Foreskin alt.
And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry,
oh good,
I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
Oh, does that mean there's quests here?
We shall keep that in mind.
These last two are not Sharlyan natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Hi, I'm Boone. I like swords.
Name and occupation?
Boone Stake-Driven, champion of Eorzea. He went on for several hours to name off
it is a
all
title
of
well
his...
earned, I can assure you.
The Right Fist of Lys, the Slayer of Gaius, And then he went on for several hours to list every single title that I've earned on him.
An adventurer by trade is what your documentation indicates. No mention of this particular title. Self-appointed, I take it?
Nope.
Either way, your employer seems willing to vouch for your character, so I shall, albeit reluctantly, grant you entry. Champion.
It was a title that was foisted onto me along with a lot of unwanted attention. But I'm used to it now.
And you, sir?
Estinien Alphinaud, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formally, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
Shit. Awkward.
If you'll allow me...
Oh, here comes Kral to save the day.
My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
He had no
Mistress
answer.
Baldessian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it.
Oh, that's right, Baldessian's
But while
her
I
name.
appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
Do we ever get to know her name? Well, I guess we'll find out.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
She's all good grief.
Croyle, it is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you will seem none the worse for wear.
Feeling pretty good. Just hungry. Where are those food stands?
There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we?
Oh shit, this is Sharlyan. The food's probably garbage.
Oh! Welcome, friends, to Sharlyan.
Yay!
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
Well, I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
Sir Taciturn. Sir Taciturn. I'm gonna call you that from now on. You are doubtless eager to take in the sights. Not to worry, Boone. The city's not like to vanish before we finish our discussion. Yeah, but I want to talk to everybody, see what they say. Allow me to extend unto thee my warmest welcome, Boone. May the wisdom of my homeland aid us in our endeavors. I can't click on anyone. Even allowing the years I spent in the first past here, in the blink of an eye, the city feels untouched by time. I'm glad I spotted your ship coming into port. The officers are born bureaucrats and sticklers for detail. In any case, you may relax and take a moment to get your land legs back. I had thought to launch directly into an explanation of what I've learned and how we might proceed. But this is Boone and Estinien's first time in Sharlyan, and for the rest of you, a homecoming that was long overdue. You must have places you wish to visit, and people you'd like to see. Therefore, I propose we postpone our agenda so that you may have sufficient time to recover from your journey and get your bearings in the city. Oh yeah, I gotta find an inn. Once you've settled in, we can reconvene at the Baldessian Annex. How does that sound? Sounds great. I'm famished. 'Tis a fine suggestion. We may not be welcome at the level your estate as such, but I should like to nose around the neighborhood all the same. I am equally untethered, as it were. There is no particular place that my kin call home. Oh,
Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself with the city. Likewise, a quick tour of our old haunts might yield some useful gossip.
Oh, Thancred, you're trying to get laid, aren't you?
Guilty as charged. The annex was west of the Aetherite Plaza, wasn't it? I shall join you there anon.
Wait, let me guess. I need to channel my ether into it.
Yes, we'll see you there. I, too, have places I would be remiss if in not visiting forthwith. By thy leave. What of you, Estinien? My services as a guide are yours for the asking. That won't be necessary. Until we reconvene, I prefer to wander as the wind takes me.
You're gonna jump everywhere, aren't you?
Guilty as charged. But I could... Oh. Okay, sometimes I can do flustered, whatever, like... Well, Raha, would you like to join us then? You've been gone for quite a while, and this will be the perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Haha. Oh, of course, if you'll have me. Come, Boone, Sharlyan awaits.
Are you gonna follow me around? Great! Food!
After you, my friend. I am more than content to follow your lead.
Grahatia is now accompanying you. Nice.
Wait, I can leave Graha behind. Oh, Graha's just... We're chilling together. Okay. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, hey, Graha's following me. Hold on. Wait a minute, wasn't there some... I want to... Yep, can we... let's see, where's Kryl? Oh god, I can't see Kryl anywhere. Holy shit. Oh, there you are. There you are, shorty. Alright. First stop is called The Last Stand. A cafe! Hell yeah! Oh. What? Kryl is also accompanying you. Lead your two companions to the last stand and speak with Kryl. Dude! Now that is a sight that one could hardly forget. The giant statue of Thaliak. As a student of Baldessian, I was usually quartered on the Isle of Vol, but I would gaze upon the scholar's wise features every time I returned by ship to the city. This path leading towards the sea is known as the Thaliak Stoa, so named for the giant statue of the scholar which stands at its end. So it's like the Colossal Roads a little bit. As you know, the Sharlyan people prize the accumulation of wisdom above all else. Thus, when Thaliak was chosen as our patron deity, it was more of a matter of pragmatism than belief, an alignment of principles, as it were. We may have honored him with a massive, impressive sculpture, but our faith is not so restrictive as, say, the Asgardians. Individual Sharlyans can, and do, worship divinities of their choosing. Okay. Dick on! Really, game? Really, game? But nice cafe. Really nice cafe, I like it. And here we are, the last stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although our research into nutrition and food preparation is quite extensive, the average Sharlyan tends to regard seasoning and flavor with a certain indifference. How can I put this? The food is bland, as encapsulated by our infamous Archon loaf. That gave me the worst constipation I have ever had! The prevailing sentiment towards cuisine is dietary value first and taste a distant second.
You can say that again.
There was one pupil at the studium, however, who could stomach the school's insipid meals no longer, so he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. And so the last stand came to be, as its name implies, the sole dedicated outpost of fine dining in Sharlyan, the one and only bastion of the culinary arts in an isle of otherwise mediocre fare.
I mean, I'm here too. I'm a pretty good cook.
I seem to recall their burger...
There's burgers in this world? There's burgers in this world?
There are burgers in Final Fantasy XIV, diegetically. Not that I ever had the pleasure of eating one myself. Yeah, what is this burger thing you speak of? because you were a typical Sharlyan when it came to cheap and convenient Raha. But surely Tataru has taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish.
And me too! Come on, I've cooked for you before!
We should all stop in when time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Shall we press on? The stairs to the side of the cafe there will take us up to the Aetherite Plaza.
An unusual shape, is it? Isn't it? That's what she said.
Oh. In deciphering the underlying principles of Allagan Aetherites, it allowed us to understand and reconstruct what was essentially a lost art. And off we go to our next destination place. Our path leads northeast to the Agora, Sharlayan's largest marketplace. Oh, okay, there's the market board. There's my summoning bell. This is the Nymphomaniac, an area dedicated to the blessing of water. For Sharlayans, water represents more than the element which brings life. It is a reminder of the great flood which precipitated the birth of our nation, as well as a symbol of the knowledge which flows from Thalak's divine Ewa. This is the reason you see an abundance of fountains throughout the city and a propensity for using water as a decorative feature in our architecture. Oh, world building, I love it. This grand structure before you is the Rooster. The name refers to the original public platform erected here upon which a forum of elective representatives would deliver oration and debate policy. Although the Sage has since evolved into council chambers, the nature of the forum and the duties of its members remain largely unchanged.
Oh, you mean us acting like big sticks in the mud, with sticks up their butts.
Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. Yes, my apologies. From here, one can see the entire city spread out below. Oh, really? The vista put me in mind of my arrival in the first. Those who had gathered at the Crystal Tower asked how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of, the great city of Sharlyan. And bit by bit, those few buildings grew into a town, a community, a crystarium. I can almost see its echo. I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. I don't think the counselors would object to you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured.
I am the king of the world!
As the joyous look on Raha's face has undoubtedly informed you, this is the Baldesian Annex. If you continue, you end up on the Phenomenon, but we'll take you some other time. Okay. Inside with you then.
Okay.
Oh! Oh my god! I know this song! It's ahead on our way from Final Fantasy fucking 5! It's from Final Fantasy fucking 5! This is great! Ah, you were right about the ship. Hello, Graha. It's nice to see you again. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Boone. I've heard many tales of your exploits.
Thanks.
Ojika Tsunejika. It's been of an age. Allow me to introduce Ojika Tsunejika, Administration Officer for the students of Baldesian. The champion of Eorzea is featured prominently in Kryl and Graha's reports. So for me, this is akin to seeing a fabled hero come to life. It's an honor to make your acquaintance. This place is a second home for the students. The Isle of All serves our main headquarters. But of course, we often had occasion to visit Sharlyan.
I am definitely gonna need some tea.
Whether to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shoals. And the annex here was built to provide lodging. Okay. So it's a dormitory with a rec center. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the isle itself, vanished, the annex has served as our base of operations. And yet it feels so empty. With so many lost to us, our organization is a shell of its former self. The day will come when we will see the students rise again. But first we must ensure the tell afore I fall.
Absolute. No, Kryl. First, I need food.
Through that door is the main hall. We can discuss our options. Fantastic. Once everyone arrives, you'll have to rest.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, after this next cutscene, I'm gonna get some tea with honey and lemon juice and bourbon. Ah, the nap rooms. Perfect for an afternoon doze.
Dude, you got nap rooms? That's so cool!
Oh, I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed. Far more so than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured.
But is it nicer than my apartment? 'Twas simply that we were so busy with research or exhausted from journeys abroad that we'd slip into the Andron just to steal a few winks. Oh yeah, I've been to college. And thus they became known amongst the students as nap rooms, even if many such naps might last well into the following morning. Say the word and I'll be happy to show you to your chamber. So this is what passes for the inn. Hopefully the others won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you all in the main hall. By the way, if you see a helmet on my doorknob... I wonder if this piece is from 5.2. Or if it's an original.
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
You got stuck reading
It's
a book,
fine,
didn't you?
Urianger. We're all here now.
Good shot.
Let's get down to business then, shall we?
To defeat the Huns.
Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroi's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Sharlyan, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum.
I thought they were just buttheads.
As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy.
Seems to me like they're all of one mind.
The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Sharlyan focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it.
Okay.
And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois.
Okay.
Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous.
Wow.
Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Oh, what? They needed the stick up their asses adjusted?
Fortunault's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, he had simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
Oh, he had a rectal cranial inversion appointment.
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it.
You don't say.
As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian.
Tell me!
Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth.
I see.
Compared to our more isolationist Sharlyan colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown.
Well, there's the Crystal Tower, there's some kind of cube.
The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nadana, an alchemist residing in distant Thavnair.
Oh, I was thinking of taking a vacation there sometime.
Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal.
So we're going there first then? Oh, her back hurts. See that? She needs a massage.
In response to this threat, the satrap of Rads at Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
Okay.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts.
Oh!
'Tis possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, They have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Alright. Didn't have to ask me twice. Wait a minute. Does this mean I gotta get on another boat?
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thancred would seem the obvious choice. But the investigation in Sharlyan is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnarian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
If only there were two of me.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed
Yes.
for you to lead the charge on both fronts.
I already said yes, Krile.
You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned.
Well, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to do that after I've had my tea. Fly me to the moon and let me play with all the swords.
That concludes our first episode of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. See you all in the next one. Have a good day.
Don't know the words.